I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all.
Now you see how he says this is shakedown and this isn't right. But when Deshaun Watson was going through some of what he's going through, did Shannon Sharpe turn around and say that about Deshaun Watson? Or did he say this is Deshaun Watson's fault and he has to be accountable for his actions? But now that Shannon Sharpe is in somewhat of the same type of situation, oh, it's a shakedown and I'm a victim.
Being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe
and Tony Busby actually targeted Deshaun Watson, and he didn't say he was being targeted back then. He just said Deshaun Watson needs to pay because of what he did. But now Tony Busby is the big bad wolf, right? He wasn't a big bad wolf back then, right? Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Drop your city in the chat. I got a special guest. I got an attorney coming in, and we are going to break this whole thing down from a legal standpoint. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at.
he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that
duh, are you dumb, dickhead? Like, of course. Now, what we really need to talk about is why you out here slapping cheeks.
Okay, whoa. Sorry, I did not see this dude showing up. What this close caption? What the dude's lips? What in the world? Sorry, y'all. I did not see that going up. I just posted it. I didn't know. Hold on. All right, let me go past it. What in the world?
Listen, am I supposed to feel bad?
Bro!
Do not. You put yourself in this position.
All right, give it a second. Give it a second. Get it going.
Learn from this.
All right, get out.
This dating thing, Mo, is different now than when you and I.
It's different, baby. I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
But you tried to say what you tried to say. Mo,
I'm looking right at you.
Shannon Sharpe is 56 and trying.
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs.
Let me
tell you what my baby needs. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get your old bitch out there. You're trying to hang out with these young bitches, and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it.
Shannon Sharpe, the lawsuit. We have it right here. It's a wild one, so sit back and get ready. We do have the same law firm that's suing Diddy as well. It's 2023. She's 19 years old, and she's at a gym in California, and he's looking over at her. He is just so persistent. She's not interested. She just keeps coming and coming and coming. He offers her a contest. Let's see who can get the leanest. If you win, Jane Doe, I'm going to give you a brand new set of fake headlights.
So I want to say this, that to a certain degree, because I'm not a lawyer, but I have a lawyer that I'm about to bring up, sounds like coercion. So I'm about to bring a lawyer up, but that right there sounds like coercion. You are a man that's 50-some years old, and you at a gym, and you see a pretty woman, and you walk up to her, and one, you find out she's 19, she's a freaking teenager, and you keep going, which one is a problem, but two, instead of just using your talk game, instead of just saying, hey, I'm me and you're you, is this going to work? No, you don't do that. You turn around and coerce her into some old weirdo mess. Talk about how, hey, if you get in this competition and do this and do that, if you win, I'll buy you some titties. Are you crazy? So let me bring up my special guest, because this is a perfect time for him to use his, his ability to break these things down, because I don't know nothing, but that sounded like coercion. So let's go. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. And everybody welcome my special guest, Atlanta attorney, Robert James. What's going on, my brother?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing, brother?
I am good. I am good. So introduce yourself real quick.
Sure. I'm Robert James. I've got a law firm here in Atlanta. We do criminal defense and personal injury. I'm also the former elected DA of DeKalb County, which is the neighboring circuit to Atlanta. We actually had part of Atlanta in DeKalb.
Mm-hmm. So not only is he a lawyer, he knows about district attorney work. So just a quick question before we get into this Shannon Sharpe thing. What that guy just said, is that or is that not coercion? It sounds like it to me. But if you go to a chick in a gym, instead of just using your talk game, you want to say, hey, I want to enter you into this. Like, what does that sound like to you?
It's legally, it's not coercion.
Okay.
You know, he's clearly enticing her. He's clearly leading, you know, if it's true, he's leading with his pocketbook, his checkbook, right? But he's just doing what, you know, quite candidly, you know, old men have been doing with young women, you know, since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
You know, it would be different if she were younger. The age of consent in most states here in Georgia and several other states is 16. And so as long as, and I know that sounds crazy, right? 16, but as long as she's 16 years old, then there's nothing illegal about that particular encounter. You know, maybe immoral, maybe weird, but not illegal.
And I want to say this, because somebody was in my, I've had so many different dudes just come out of the woodwork, just saying all kinds of weird stuff because, you know, I was like, she's a teenager. And dudes would literally be in my comment section, whether on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Well, she's legal, right? And, you know, I'm glad you brought up the legality part. Somebody said they need to change the legislation to 20 so men won't do A, B, and C. What's up, Brown Sugar? The first thing I say to that person, and what I said to that person was, why does it take the government legislation, the WYT man, to actually tell you dudes what is morally and immorally right and wrong? Why do we have to have a legislation to get men like Shannon Sharpe to stop dating teenagers? What are you talking about? You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, we can't keep waiting on the government to tell us what we morally need to be doing. What is your thoughts on that?
Well, when I first started prosecuting, look, I've been an attorney for 26 years this year. I was a prosecutor for 17, and I was also a child abuse prosecutor before I ran for office and got elected. So way back when I was a child abuse prosecutor at the beginning of the 2000s, you know, the age of consent had just changed to 16. For years, it had been 14. And so 16 was the 14? Upgrade. It had been 14. And so 16 was the upgrade in legislation. You know, so I don't know that if the legislature, any legislature, would entertain 20. You know, I understand how people feel, particularly being a parent. Look, I've got 4 children, 3 of them daughters, right? And so
I got 2 daughters.
Yeah. So, you know, if some grown man was, you know, trying to holler at my, you know, 19-year-old, you know, I'm going to feel a certain kind of way about that. But as far as the law is concerned, 16 is probably as good as it's going to get for the foreseeable future. So,
but I'm just saying, like, we can't, especially as black men.
Yeah,
we already look crazy just in this country, right? We already are at the bottom when it comes to income overall, right? The average black man, I believe, makes between $41,000 and $51,000 a year. I don't want to specifically say because I don't remember what the actual stat is, but the average black man makes somewhere under $50,000 a year, right? And the only thing that we want to change legislation for is the age of consent, and we ain't making no damn money. A lot of these dudes, the reason why they want a young chick is because they ain't got no damn money. And that's part of the damn problem, because a young chick don't need nothing. A young chick ain't gonna require nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I'll put myself in this. I have and will date a woman in her late 20s. So I just want to put that on record because I don't want to sound like, oh, Mr. Let Go, you said. I have to put myself out there also. But a damn teenager, a 20-year-old, a woman that legally can't drink. So to you men out here, I just want y'all to understand, Shannon Sharpe was going out on dates with a woman that can't legally drink. To this day, she can't legally drink because he met her at 19. That means she's not even 21 yet. So because he messed with her in January 2025, according to what I'm seeing. So the thing about it is, imagine going out on a date with a woman that can't even legally drink. Come on, man. We don't need no damn legislation. We need grown men being grown men. But let's get into Shannon Sharpe, ESPN, and all of these different things. So let me play the actual audio since I have you on here. A lot of y'all, of course, y'all seen the audio. We're not going to dwell on it. I just want to play the audio and see what my guy has to say about it, and we're going to move on to what is going on with ESPN, because what has happened with ESPN is the breaking news. All right, so let's start here.
I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. It is what it is.
what? What does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
I don't know that mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna fucking choke the shit out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I don't.
Come on, girl, say it.
You know what?
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Okay, so that is Exhibit A.
Yeah.
I'm going to choke the shit out of you. She says, I don't want to be choked. And then he says, you don't have a choice in the matter. What does that say altogether to you?
Well, there's the big picture, right? What it says, and then there's sort of the legal breakdown of it. So let's start with the big picture. The big picture is that it looks and smells like one of two things, right? Either, it's an abusive relationship, right? Where he clearly, is exercising dominance, power, and control over her, or, they've got some kinky, freaky role play stuff going on, right? And, a criminal defense lawyer, if it were in court, or a civil defense lawyer, would argue one side, look, this is the nature of their relationship, have to put it in context, you have to listen to all the recordings, right? And then you can understand how they get down, as it were. And then, a prosecutor or a plaintiff lawyer, depending on whether, it's in criminal court or civil court, would say, no, this is evidence of an abusive relationship. He's threatening to choke her. Which is a violent crime. Now, from a legal standpoint, right? You can't threaten to choke people. Just that call alone in Georgia is a crime, the crime of terroristic threats. And most states,
I was just about to say that. I was just about to ask you, was that a terroristic threat? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a terrorist. The only question is whether or not it's a misdemeanor terroristic threat or a felony terroristic threat, right? That's the only question. But I've had clients say less than that and be charged, right? And have to turn themselves in.
Okay, so that is the first part. So I'm glad you brought up terroristic threat, because that was the first thing I was like, am I out of line for thinking that was a terroristic threat? So let's have a quick commercial break. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. This is getting good. So everybody hit the like button. Drop your sit in the chat. Let me know where you at. If you have not already, quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
How about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend,
Candidate.
a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
They ain't gonna get
really
wore out.
durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.
Okay, so that was the first part, right? You said there are smaller parts to that also. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, it's just the legality of it, right? And I kind of went into it when I said whether or not we're looking at a terroristic threat, misdemeanor, terroristic threat, felony. You know, usually in most states where terroristic threats is a felony, it's where you're threatening to do serious bodily harm or kill somebody, right? Misdemeanor is just when you're threatening to hurt them. And so that's kind of borderline because, you know, choking in and of itself in Georgia is a felony. And, you know, is typically charged as either domestic violence felony or felony aggravated assault with the hands. So, you know, it could be either one if this were to take place in Georgia, right? You know, felony terroristic threats or misdemeanor terroristic threats. And, you know, the other part of it is that it's interesting now that this is out here, right? And the prosecutor's office, you know, in these respective states clearly have, you know, they've heard what we've heard. You know, are they discussing what we're discussing? And, you know, what are their plans? Because, you know, there's the allegation of sexual assault, but, you know, which is going to be argued. Nobody was there but them too. But we've got a phone call. And really the only defense of this phone call is this is just kinky role play, you know, which may or may not be credible.
Right. Okay. So this is my way of looking at all of this to a certain degree. And, you know, you let me know what you think about that. It doesn't necessarily matter to the public, you know, perception, right? Because like you said, this could be kinky role play stuff, right? If they're going to court and this is a civil matter, so this is not necessarily criminal yet, and I will say yet, but it doesn't matter what the public thinks about whether, you know, those words, I'm gonna choke the shit out of you, or, you know, what I'm about to play in a second. That doesn't matter to the public eye. But what does matter is who's in the jury box, because the people in the jury box are going to be different ages. And I can just imagine an older white lady who has a 19-year-old granddaughter hearing him saying, I'm gonna choke the shit out of you, to a 19-year-old girl. Or even worse, seeing an sex tape with him doing, you know, something like this to a 19-year-old girl. And the perception is different when it's a 35-year-old woman versus a 19-year-old girl to Margaret, who has a 19-year-old granddaughter. Will that interpretation, because those words are left to everybody's interpretation, whether it's kinky talk or whether it's actual terroristic threat. So what do you think will happen in the jury box hearing those words to a 19-year-old?
So look, juries, it's interesting, particularly in sexual assault cases. And I've tried my fair share of sexual assault cases, really what you're looking at here is the dynamic of how women view other women. And I'll just call them assault cases, right? I'll leave off the S word, right? In assault cases, women are the hardest on other women, particularly in consent assault cases, when the defense is consent, right? When it's not a stranger on stranger, when somebody's walking down the sidewalk and a stranger jumps out and clubs them on the back of the head, drags him in some dark alley and assaults him. But in a case where there was a relationship and the defense is this was consensual and this is how we get down, right? Women are the hardest jurors because they judge other women through the prism of how they feel like that woman should conduct herself, right?
Right. So she's gonna look at her like, you floozy, you
yes.
whore.
Absolutely. And the fact that she's asked for $50 million, right? Other women are gonna say, well, look, if someone had assaulted me, right, I would call the police. I wouldn't be in here trying to get $50 million out of them, right? Yeah. Where I'm my virtue isn't a negotiation, right? My body isn't a negotiation. And if you've truly been victimized, right, to the point where this is just terrible, right? You're gonna have to live with it for the rest of your life because that's what a plaintiff lawyer is gonna play up. Then where are the police? Right. Why is this is a monetary exchange. This is a shakedown. That's what you're gonna hear from his defense lawyers, in the civil courtroom. And if he gets charged criminally, that's also what you're going to hear. It's very similar to the scenario with the Michael Jackson case, right? When Michael Jackson was accused of assaulting all of those young boys, well, before the criminal case, there was a civil process, and they wanted a lot of money. I mean, a ton of money, a boatload of money, and obviously the implication was that this was a shakedown by those parents. And quite candidly, that's exactly what the jurors thought because they acquitted him.
That is interesting. You shed new light on this because that's why I have you on here, because I ain't never been a part of no jury or on trial. So I don't know. So thank you for saying that. And just real quick, for anybody in Atlanta that wants your services, because like that was a bar that I didn't even think of. Just, anybody in Atlanta that wants your services, explain what you do and how you can help the people that are watching that live in Atlanta, because you just proved to me that you are the freaking truth by just simply saying that. So just real quick, a quick commercial for you. Go ahead.
Sure. Well, I'm the former elected DA of DeKalb County. I was a prosecutor for 17 years. During that time period, before I was elected, I was also a crimes against children prosecutor and a special victims prosecutor, meaning I prosecuted crimes against children and also serial rapists and rape cases and things of that nature. In private practice, I have my own law firm. It's Robert James Trial Attorneys. Our lawyers here handle two different types of cases. One half of our firm handles criminal defense, which is, self-explanatory, anybody charged with a crime. And the other half of the law firm actually brings civil lawsuits, including cases where people have alleged assault, of a sexual nature, car accidents and all the things that comes in civil cases. You can find us at attorneyrobertjames.com.
Okay, cool. And to all the people who just came in, I need everybody to take a second to hit the like button. I know a lot of people just came in. Y'all like, what's going on? Who is this guy? Da, 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 da. I get it. But as y'all come into the house, y'all already know y'all got to take y'all shoes off and say hello. So everybody that just came in the chat, say what's up in the chat and hit the like button. Y'all just came in here. So I'm not mad at y'all for not hitting the like button. But everybody right now, take a second to hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. And when you hit the like button, say liked in the chat. Everybody drop popcorn emojis in the chat. And if you hit the like button, say liked. Everybody drop popcorn emojis in the chat and say liked once you hit the like button, because we got to get these likes up. We got over 600 people in here watching now, and we got to get these likes up. Say liked or either the thumbs up emoji and the popcorn emoji. Everybody hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Somebody said licked. Yo, come on, man. All right. Thank y'all for being here, and let's get to it. So let me play the other audio, because, of course, the other audio is even worse. Here we go.
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
And real quick, this is not no sexy talk, because him saying yes, he sounds extremely annoyed. And I don't have sexy talk when I'm annoyed with a woman, just for the record, because I'm looking at tonality. He's like, yes, like, what the hell do you want? What do you want, Gabby? You know, so why you're not having sexy talk when you talking like that?
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
See, he's annoyed.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
And that is her not giving consent. She's not giving consent. So just because she liked getting whatever yesterday or even this morning, right now on record, she said, I don't like or want to be choked.
Yeah, I might choke you in public. Big black guy chokes small white woman.
Okay. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, again, there are two sides to it, right? Mm-hmm. There's what the plaintiff lawyer or prosecutor would say, and then there's what the defense lawyer, either criminal or civil, would say, right? The plaintiff lawyer is going to say, well, again, this is evidence of an abusive relationship. This is evidence that he's coercing her, that she's afraid of him, that he's this big black guy, she's this little bitty white woman, and, you know, she's got to do what he says do. If she doesn't, she's going to get choked out, right? She's going to get choked. And so that's the plain reading of it. But if you dig a little deeper below the surface, which is the job of a criminal defense lawyer or a civil defense lawyer, they're going to say, again, you have to put the relationship in context. When he says, basically, yes, you do want to get choked. When he says, you know, I may even choke you in public, you know, this is the nature of their relationship. You know, she likes, it's this kinky thing going on, this kind of power S&M relationship, power dominance relationship. And that's something that they both had consensually, right? Mm-hmm. And is there any evidence that she's ever been choked, ladies and gentlemen? You know, are there any pictures of bruises on her neck, right? Or is this role play, right? You're listening to something that sounds bad, but it's supposed to sound bad because it's role play. And if it didn't sound bad, it wouldn't be effective role play. But the evidence of whether or not this is non-consensual either exists on her body or not. Has she ever been to a doctor? Has she ever been to a police department? Has she ever told any of her friends, right? Are there any pictures that Shannon Sharpe has actually choked her, right? Because if you choke someone, of her skin tone, right, there's gonna be evidence. There's gonna be bruises. Yeah. You know, where's the evidence? Where's the beef, right?
And does her being an OF model help her case or hurt her case? Because go ahead.
It absolutely hurts her case, right? It hurts her case. She's put herself. So this is if you're a criminal defense lawyer or if you're a civil defense lawyer, this is someone that wants attention and that wants money, right? That's your theme. She puts herself out there. She put herself out there initially. She puts herself out there on a daily basis. You know, if she wanted justice, then she would have gone to the justice system,
Right.
She wants money, and attention. So she hired a lawyer and asked for money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. That actually makes a lot of sense, because what I was thinking with my unofficial eye, I was like, her being an OF model makes it look like he is right. Well, actually, it hurts her case also. I'm just thinking about that, because if she's trying to say or accuse him of doing all these bad things, and she's an OF model and she is popular, or it may be like in her bio or whatever, I like doing this, or you can just look at her OnlyFans and possibly, I don't know, see other dudes choking and all this other stuff. It would actually show the jury like, hey, this is what she does. She's a role player. Look at her OF page. This dude is doing the same thing that Shannon Sharpe is doing. Yeah. She's just out for money. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah, there are clearly two sides to this, right? And we're not going to know which one is stronger until real evidence comes out. When that lawsuit is filed, it's just full of allegations, right? To Shannon's point, even though this looks really, really terrible, but to his point, you only have a small snippet of all of the recordings that that are going to exist and or that are going to be played, and so ultimately you have to hear all of them to put it in context. And so it's very difficult to say one way or the other, where the needle is pointing, as far as Shannon is concerned. But it does. But I think one thing that has to be asked is how many times, if you're alleging that you were sexually assaulted, that you were assaulted twice. If you're alleging that you've been choked out, how many times do you have to be assaulted? How many times do you have to be choked before you call the police?
Right. Because
he lives in a different state. It's not like they live in the same house and she's afraid to go outside. Right.
That's a great point. She lives in LA and he lives in Vegas, right? Yeah. So she's so afraid. Why the hell do you keep going to Vegas?
All these things are things that are brought out by civil defense lawyers and criminal defense lawyers. Again, the prosecutor's armed with a lot of stuff as well, because those tapes sound bad, and he's on there talking about, choking somebody and and he may choke her in public and a lot of other things. But it almost sounds like he makes jest of big black man, chokes white woman, right? I'll choke you in public. That almost sounds like he's joking, right? Like that it's in jest, right? Yeah, because obviously, clearly he would not choke her in public, right? So why would he threaten to do something that he would not even practically be able to do?
So let's talk about that. You make a great point. Why would a famous person threaten to do something to somebody in public? That actually makes it where he's joking or he's just talking, because that would never happen because he's famous.
Yeah. And then he even gives a headline, big black man chokes, little white woman, like that. That all sounds, to me like he is saying it in jest, like he's joking. Right? Sarcasm is what I would say. Sarcasm is like, yeah, sure, I'm going to choke you. I'm going to choke you in public. Big black man chokes white woman, right?
That makes a lot of sense. All right, let's keep going. This is getting good. This is good. Yo, I appreciate you being on here. You're making a lot of different points that I ain't even think about. All right, let's keep going.
They start working out together, and they even start having consent together. And the consent goes on and on and on, and he's dishonest about his whereabouts. Why would she care where he is when she doesn't really like him and he's so persistent? But it doesn't end there. The relationship continues, and also he wants to record their activities. She agrees to some of the recordings, but some of them he did without her permission. They include some pictures of Shannon right here in the complaint, but they don't include any of the text messages. Why not? Maybe they're saving it. It's September 2024, and Shannon Sharpe gets busted on a live stream on Instagram. He's having consent with someone else. Now the unconsent. It's October 6th, 2024. They're not.
Real quick, y'all let me, my moderators, where are the likes at? We got right at 600 people. Where are my likes at? Moderators, where are the likes? Do I need to cuss everybody out, or are we good? Where are my likes? Moderators, Tell me what the like count is. And all right, Wendy says she's on it. All right. 153 likes. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. We got 600 damn people in here. It's 153 likes. Can y'all please? I'm not gonna cuss y'all out. All right, because I don't want to go to jail. And if I go to jail, like, he's gonna be my lawyer. So can y'all please hit the like button? I'm not going to choke y'all. I'm not Shannon Sharpe. Okay, I'm being civil. You know what I'm saying? I don't want y'all to take me to a civil suit, but I'm not going to choke y'all. I just want y'all to please hit the like button. Can y'all do that? All right. I don't want to do no sexy talk. I don't want to black man choking moderator, none of that. I just want to get my likes up. So what can I do? Do I need to open up OnlyFans to get y'all to like my video? What I got to do? What do I got to do to get y'all to simply like my video? And I got Cash App scrolling across the bottom of the screen. I got my card games sitting in plain view, so y'all can buy my card games, drop a Cash App. But I ain't even saying all that. I'm just asking for y'all to do something for free, which is hit the like button. So I need to open up OnlyFans just to get some likes, just to sell some card games. What I gotta do, y'all? See, Fly Gemini talking about take it off. Like, stop it. But yeah, y'all, come on, y'all, hit the like button and buy a card game. To the new people just coming in here, buy my card game. Come on, y'all, do something. Or y'all gonna have me going to OnlyFans because, hey, gotta pay the bills. All right, so let's keep going. Hit the freaking like button.
At a gym in California, they're at a gym in Nevada. She claims that Shannon comes up to her and says, "Sit the F down. I'm going to unalive you." And she says, "I don't want to talk to you." They're at her apartment. She claims he says, "You've disrespected me so much, I'm going to punish your back door." He unconsents her and the back door. We don't have any witnesses from the gym about the alleged unaliving and the sit the F down. Fast forward 2 months later, it's January 2025. Shannon's been telling her, Jane Doe, that he's going to get her a combined Christmas and birthday gift. He gets into the apartment, she claims, and he just starts undressing his clothes. And she wants him to have consent with protection, but he won't put on the protection. And he ultimately, she claims, unconsents her again.
So let me play something else that would be a little bit more positive. I'll say positively more graphic. Positively, nothing crazy, because I don't want to say more graphic and have y'all trying to get out of here. But this is simply positively a little bit more graphic than what he said. That will give you an understanding. Everybody understanding what he just said.
Taking a play from Shannon Sharpe, and she's leaking her own text messages to Shannon Sharpe on the day that she claims that she was essayed by him. Now, this Jane Doe said that I cried when you left because I begged you to put on protection and not put it in my back door. But you didn't listen. I don't care what our history is. No means no, Shannon.
So let's get into this, and shout out to Empowered Wendy. Wendy says, let's play Follow the Leader. Let's play Follow the Leader. So she's starting the momentum up with a super chat. So she wants to play Follow the Leader. So playing Follow the Leader would be saying, drop a super chat of your own. Thank you so much, Wendy. Okay, so the no condom, he was in one blank and then pulls out of one blank and goes in another blank, and she says stop. What is that altogether, in your opinion?
Well, if it's true, it's obviously it's a crime. It's sexual assault, and you go to prison for a really, really, really long time for it.
Yeah.
The problem again goes back to what I said earlier. You know, how often does this have to happen before you actually call the police, right? There's a sexual encounter after this, right? This isn't the last sexual encounter. There's a sexual encounter after this. And going back to my comments earlier about women, right? You have women on the jury, and they're viewing everything through the prism of their own lenses, their own sex life, their own intimate relationships with their partners, either past or present, right?
Yeah.
And they're asking themselves, if I were in a consensual relationship with somebody and we were involved in, consensual, intimate affairs, and that individual, without protection and without consent, just forced me and held me down, because quite candidly, you'd have to be forced and held down for that to happen, forced me and held me down and put it in the back door.
Wait. I forced and held down. If he hitting it from the back and he just droop and then she's like, oh. But and he, come on, let me no, you ain't got no condom on. Droop.
Yeah.
That's not holding, that's not forcefully holding down. No,
well, it is for her to stay there. It's one thing, I agree with you, to enter, it doesn't really take much if you're already in that position. Yeah. But to stay there and to have a complete and full act, right? At some point, she's gonna get up, move, and say, like, that hurt. What are you doing? I don't like this. I don't want to do this. I'm not consenting to this, right? And so ultimately, if all this happened, the women on the jury are asking themselves, right? They're asking themselves, well, if this happened once, and let's say I just don't want to call the police on him, am I going to have consensual relations with him again?
Because he might do it again. So why would you put yourself in a situation again? Yeah.
And it's a violation if it's true. Yeah. So if someone violates you, do you go back to have consensual sex with them again? Right? Yeah. So, and again, this isn't somebody that you're living with where, where they forcibly, violate you. This is somebody, where the allegation is, y'all are in two different states and you agree to meet up again after this person has assaulted you.
Yeah.
All to be, assaulted again, and again, I'm not commenting on, the veracity, of her claim, or the veracity of his, defense. What I am saying is that when the jurors look at this, if it goes to a jury trial, when women look at this, these are questions that they ask. Yeah. And there's some explaining. There's got to be, there's some explaining, because if I'm defending him and she's on the stand, you can bet everything that's coming out in cross-examination. We're going to go through a timeline of this, and the timeline is going to betray her, at least the way it looks now. So,
so one, why did you go back? Two, you had to travel to another state to see him, and then three, why didn't you call the police? You're so right.
And maybe not even in that order. I'm probably going to. So what lawyers do is, you break everything down into a different compartment in the timeline, and you have a theme of why did you call the police, and then you have a theme of, and you're asking for $50 million for this, right? And every time you get to a different act, right, through the timeline, you basically say, you don't ask why did you call the police, you say, but you didn't call the police, right? But you sued and asked for $50 million, and then you go, and then you go to the next event, and let me ask you about the next non-consensual event. And then you don't say you traveled, you say y'all talked, right? You had a conversation, right? You agreed to meet up. That was consensual, right? When you agreed to meet up, right? That was consensual when y'all had the phone call, right? That was consensual when you got in your car and consensually drove to Nevada to meet him, right?
Right.
That was consensual when you went to his house, right? It was consensual when you opened the door, right? It was consensual when you sat down, right? And all these consensual things happen after he had allegedly, violated you 3 months earlier, right? Yeah. And so you see what a lawyer does with that. Now obviously, it's a fight. Both sides are throwing punches. And so the prosecutor is going to have his say, or the plaintiff's lawyer is going to have their say. But the point is that things play out a lot different in court than what they do in the media.
That's real. That's real. Because from a salesman standpoint, because I used to sell cars and I'm in sales, of course. And in the sales world, your job is to get the customer to say yes 3 to 5 times in a row. So with what you're saying, you consented to get in your car, right? Yes. You consented to go over his house, right? Yes. You consented to walk in the house. And next thing you know, when you say yes 5 times, you kind of are going to get the yes the 6th time. So yes, 1000%. So shout out to Angie Leo supporting the Salmon and Broccoli Fund. Yes, I'm poor. Buy me some salmon and broccoli. Do you know how expensive salmon is right now? Yes. Thank you so much, Angie, for the super chat. Yes. Thank you, Susan Connor, for the $10 super sticker. I appreciate that. Because of y'all, I'm able to eat salmon and broccoli today. I want to thank y'all. I want to appreciate y'all. Please contribute to the Salmon and Broccoli Fund, y'all. I really need it, and I really appreciate it, and I appreciate y'all support. And Cash App is also at the bottom of the screen. Cash App is $AARON 1000, and also my Deeper Discussions card game and my mother-daughter card game. And Mother's Day is coming up in less than 15 days, I think. This is a great card game, great present for your mom if you care about your mom, because some of y'all don't care about your mom. So if you don't care about your mom, don't buy this card game. But if you care about your mom's inner child, if you care about your mom's like just her self-love journey, you care about your mom, period, buy my mother-daughter card game only if you care about your mom. All right. And everybody drop broccoli emojis in the chat. All right, so let's keep going. Let's go back to the first guy, because we got some stuff about ESPN also, but we'll get to that in a second.
We only know what the words are of the accuser in this case. But in this type of a case where it's a she said, he said, one of the things that they're going to be looking at, is there a motive to lie? Jane Doe's asking for $50 million.
There is a motive to lie. And how long, like, because I know you got other engagements. How long did I have you for? Or do you got to go now? Because I know it's almost 1 o'clock.
I can give you another 3 till 1. I've got a hard stop at 1.
Cool. All right, cool. All right, so I think we talked about this, the motive to lie.
There's 50 million. There's 50 million motive to lie.
And speaking of motive to lie, what do you think about the fact? I'll say it again. The fact. I'm glad. Where is it? Hold on. Where is it? It is. Here it is right here. Before you go, I'm glad I thought about this. Before you go, this is extremely important right here. The motive to lie. This right here is a fact.
Money and influence to get what he wants.
Did you and Shannon offer to settle these accusations?
Yes, there was a settlement offer made by Mr. Sharpe. I will only generally say to you that it was in the tens of millions of dollars demanded.
And this is Shannon Sharpe's lawyer. What do you think about that? She turned down not $10 million, tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
What do you think about, she can turn around and say, well, my motive to lie isn't money because I turned down tens of millions of dollars. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I don't think that's going to be used well that way. The reality is that it just means she's a shrewd negotiator. You know, she knows what he's worth. I mean, he's worth a lot more than $10 million, right? You know, so if this were about justice and not about money, and this is a criminal defense lawyer talking, you know, then or criminal or civil defense lawyer talking, if this were about justice and not just about money, then she wouldn't be asking for money in the first place, right? She'd be asking for justice. You know, if some women are going to sit on this jury and say, if he had penetrated me in the back door, right? without my consent, and then assaulted me, again without my consent, and then threatened to choke me, right? And then threatened to unalive me, right? I don't want his money. I want him in jail.
Facts.
Right? And we can talk about his money after he goes to jail. The first person I'm calling is a police. I don't have to go Google the name of a police like I do a lawyer. All I got to do is call 911. And I'm definitely not gonna, agree to him come from another state to meet me, or me go to a different state to meet him after that happened.
Right.
And so ultimately, that's the biggest hurdle she's got to jump over is the motive. Any good lawyer is going to say that this is about that she wants attention and she wants money. This is motivated by greed, right? Any plaintiff lawyer or prosecutor is going to say that, that the proof is in the pudding, the evidence is in the tapes and the recordings, and he's a monster.
Right. Wow. That's another perspective I didn't think about, because I'm thinking like if you turn down to 50 million, she going to say she can turn down to 10 million, she could turn around and say, hey, so you're right. So let everybody know where they can find you. And one, I want to thank you for coming on, and I want to welcome you back. Everybody, if you enjoyed having attorney Robert James on here, drop a 1 in the chat. If you enjoyed attorney Robert James being on here, drop a 1 in the chat. I need you to spam the chat with ones, but tell them where they can find you.
Sure. I'm in Atlanta. We practice pretty much all of Georgia, but our home base is in Atlanta. They can find me at attorneyrobertjames.com. That's attorneyrobertjames.com. I'm easy to find.
That's what's up. Well, thank you so much for pulling up. And according to all these ones, they want you to come back.
Anytime, brother.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right, y'all. So let's get back to this. So I want to replay this. Well, I got a lot more to replay. Let's keep going. But everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. And thank y'all for being here. Oh, and I got some more super chats to read also. Let's see. Shout out to the Wife School Podcast. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. All right, so let's get to it.
Have consent with protection, but he won't put on the protection, and he ultimately, she claims, unconsents her again. And now, folks, we only know what the words are of the accuser in this case. But in this type of a case where it's a she said, he said, one of the things that they're going to be looking at, is there a motive to lie? Jane Doe is asking for $50 million. That seems like a pretty good motive.
The way they're going to paint this in court is that Shannon Sharpe, who was in his 50s, walked over in the gym to a woman who's a young, supposedly she a fitness influencer / OnlyFans model, and essentially used his power and influence to basically tell her she was going to be interested in him. So she's actually acting like she was coerced to even fuck with him, right? Like she, they're going with she's a young woman, he's an old man. Apparently he says to her, the first line was, I wonder when you were going to introduce yourself to me. Almost like very presumptive, like, yo, I'm Shannon Sharpe and I'm in here. Why you ain't come talk to me yet? Anyway, supposedly he then tells her that she should pull up on him later. She claims she didn't want to go to the crib. She says he's insistent and she felt she had no choice to go to his house. She goes to his house. She says when he opens the door, he don't say nothing to her. He walks to his bedroom or walks upstairs to his bedroom, and because she don't know what to do, she follows him. She says basically he goes to the bathroom, so she's like sitting there, that edge of the bed shit, like, what we about to do? Why are we here? Why are we in the bedroom? And she says he comes back from the bathroom, whatever, goes to the bed, and starts making her suck his dick, which that's crazy. But again, this is all alleged. This is her story, kind of like making Shannon Sharpe seem like this very pompous, arrogant guy who thinks he could have his way with anybody on earth and is using some of this, not only physical intimidation, but the power, money, and influence to get what he wants.
Did you and Shannon?
And that is absolutely crazy. Well, actually, you know what? I want y'all to think about this. Let's just think about this. If I invite a woman over my house and I open the door and I just start walking upstairs, she's going to walk upstairs behind me. That's not out of just normal belief. Ladies, let me know if you agree. If you go over a man's house, and you wouldn't be over his house if sex wasn't potentially in the back of your mind, whether y'all have it or not, you going over his house because you like him, right? The second he opens the door, he gives you a hug, and if he starts walking to the bedroom or to another wing of his house, aren't you going to follow him? Yes or no? Ladies, yes or no? Like, you're like, hey, and, you know, give you a hug. Thank you for being here. And the man turns around and walks to another wing of the house or walks upstairs. Ain't you going to follow him? What? Yes or no in the chat? Y'all confuse me. Just say yes or no in the chat. Ladies, are you following him? Come on, y'all. Yes or no in the chat. Yes or no. Are you following him? Angie says, no, we talking. The fuck? Okay. VLB said no. Susan said yes. No. Yes. Yes. Or LOL. You better seduce me with romance, otherwise I'm leaving. Yes, you already know. You already want it. Okay. All right, let's see. Anna says no. Angie turns around and says no. She said yes at first. Depends. No. No. Y'all are crazy. I'm just going to tell you. Y'all are crazy. Or y'all are lying. One of the two. Y'all are lying. There's no way in hell that you are going over a man's house and he invites you in and he starts walking and you don't follow him. You're going to follow him. What are you talking about? I'm not saying you're going to have sex. You're going to just walk in his bedroom and he's just going to drop. I ain't saying that. But you are going to follow him. You don't even know where he's going. Why would you not? So you just going to sit down somewhere in a kitchen or something, and while he went in another wing of his house? You're going to follow him. I'm not saying you're going to sleep with him, but if you are going over a man's house, it's in the back of your mind that you're going to give him some ass, whether now or another day. Why wouldn't you follow him? You over his house. So you're going to sit in another wing of his house while he's in another wing of his house. What are you talking about? And I'm not going to say I've done that, but I can easily visualize doing that. And it's not even about sex. I'm going to open the door. Hey, was your trip good? Yeah. Okay, cool. And I just start walking and she follows me, whether it's in the living room, whether it's upstairs, whether it's over here, especially somebody like Shannon who has a mansion that has wings of the house. Where the hell is you going if you ain't following him? He's in a mansion. So that means there is a walking distance from one room to the other. The foyer is not like your foyer. You got to walk some meters to get to another room. Why in the hell are you going to walk in an opposite direction as he's walking? That don't make no damn sense. So I don't know what the hell y'all talking about, but y'all lying. No, I'm not following him. You're lying. That don't make no sense. I would ask him, do you want me to follow you? Why would you not follow him? You're in his house. What are you talking about? You just follow him. What are you talking about? You said the bedroom. I did not say the bedroom. I said upstairs, or I said another wing of his house. I did not say to the bedroom. It's a mansion, y'all. You don't know where the hell he's going. Do you know people have studies and dens upstairs when they have big ass houses? Why wouldn't you follow him? What are you talking about? All right, so let's keep going. I'm just saying, y'all crazy. All right. These freaking women. No, I would never. Stop lying. Stop. Y'all are hilarious. All right, so this right here is Shannon Sharpe's lawyer. He throws him completely under the bus right here.
And offered to settle these accusations.
Oh, so this is Shannon Sharpe's lawyer, and his lawyer completely throws Shannon Sharpe under the bus by admitting this.
Some of this not only physical intimidation.
And everybody watching, make sure to hit the like button, because some of y'all have not hit the like button yet. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Thank y'all for being here, but I need y'all to, maybe this will subliminally get y'all to hit the like button. Ooh, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Ooh, hit the like button. Ooh. Is that going to get y'all hit the like button? I'm going to subliminally get y'all to hit the like button. Look at the screen. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, damn it. All right, let's go. Oh, I'm going to choke the shit out of you. All right, I'm joking. All right, let's keep going. Listen to this, y'all.
But the power, money, and influence to get what he wants.
Did you and Shannon offer to settle these accusations?
Yes, there was a settlement offer made by Mr. Sharpe. I will only generally say to you that it was in the tens of millions of dollars demanded by the plaintiff in return for her silence. That's under any definition commonly understood. That is blackmail.
That is not blackmail. That is not blackmail. That is not blackmail. Any lawyer, one of the first things they send you is a demand letter. It's something called a demand letter, which is telling you what they want from you. And if you ignore the demand letter, the next line of action is going to be a summons to come to court. It is called a demand letter. Tiny 2.0 said, but they will follow Pookie. They'll follow Pookie to the end of the earth. Facts. They'll follow Pookie even when he ain't got no damn house. You go with Pookie mama house, you gonna follow Pookie, I bet. But you ain't gonna follow a man who got a big ass house. But you'll follow Pookie ass. Pookie ain't even got no damn house, and you'll follow Pookie. You'll follow Pookie to his air mattress. You following Pookie because Pookie ain't even got number one room. Pookie got a studio apartment, so you ain't got no choice but to follow Pookie. Pookie got a living room and the corner. He ain't even got no bedroom. He got a living room in the corner of the living room. And that's where his air mattress is at. Shit. But you'll follow Pookie. Talking about you ain't gonna follow the man. If y'all don't shut up, y'all lying ass. Just be lying for no reason. Just be lying. Bet y'all follow Pookie to the end of the goddamn earth. Lying ass.
Mr. Sharpe was willing to pay an amount in the tens of millions of dollars, but no final agreement could be reached. And we thought we were still in the middle of discussions when, without warning, the mediator, who's a retired judge, ourselves as lawyers, without any prior warning, still thinking that we were close to a final agreement, The plaintiff and her lawyer from Houston filed a case in Texas, publicly accusing my client of lies and willful, harmful lies by using the rape word when it was she knows, 100% knows, and the evidence will show that she knew that this was entirely consensual.
And Brown Sugar in here lying. I'm about to call y'all lying ass out. Brown Sugar says, cut it out. I'm not following Pookie being no damn mute walking without talking. Pookie just serves the good D. And you want the good D. And Pookie is like, follow me for the good D. Y'all don't be quiet talking all this mess. Look, Pookie can't afford a condom. Yeah, y'all walk around like, oh, I would never just follow a man that I'm lies, the lies. Y'all following Pookie to the end of the earth. Stop lying. Pookie lives in mama's basement and you following Pookie in the basement. Stop lying. Y'all following Pookie straight to the goddamn his mama's basement. Stop it. I'm weak. I have followed a guy because I knew the drill. Thank you. Thank you. Exactly, Brown Sugar. See, I don't need a lawyer or an attorney to catch y'all asses in a lie. See, I just caught Brown Sugar in a lie. I need to be a goddamn attorney. Put me on a goddamn stand. Shit. Where were you on the night of May 15th with Pookie on his air mattress? Shit. I have followed a guy because I knew the drill. Facts. Thank you. Thank you, ladies, for not lying. Shit. Lying asses. Pookie tell your ass to jump, your ass jumping on his air mattress.
My colleague at ESPN and my friend.
All right, so now we about to talk about ESPN, and this is going to be ugly because this is the breaking news part. It was two parts to this show, the lawyer part and now the breaking news part. So everybody in the chat say breaking news. Everybody in the chat, in the comments, say breaking news in the chat. Everybody say breaking news in the chat. We'll be right back. We're going to play a quick commercial break and we're going to come back and talk about this breaking news. Everybody in the chat say breaking news. Here we go.
These decks, and I was asking her the questions while we were heading to the airport, and she was asking questions. And I like that there is something in there that really helps you to identify how do you feel? How do you express this? What word could I use? Or et cetera, et cetera. And I don't want to get too much into it because I really think that you guys should check this out. Even in the half hour that we were asking these questions, it created such deeper discussions. I actually remember there was one question, and it was something along the lines of, did my mom ever experience grief that would have allowed her not to be as attentive? And then we started talking about, and that led to like a really cool conversation. And so it was good. And I like it because we were giggling in the car, like talking about these different stories, stuff around Christmas time. Oh, do you remember this? And it just allowed us to be very nostalgic and really take that road down memory lane. So that was, this game is really cool. So I definitely appreciate it. Guys, we're going to connect the link below if you're interested in getting the mother-daughter card game. It's literally like therapy in a box. You get to ask all the questions that you may not have even known that you need to
And shout out to Sarah.
ask, or the conversation you didn't know you needed to have. So
and the coolest part of this particular card game is in your situation, your mom lives somewhere else. There's a mother deck and there's a daughter deck. So she was able to bring the mother deck home with her and you kept the daughter deck. So now y'all can play over the phone or online, right? So you can buy this card game, pull out mom's card game and ship it to her if she lives in another state.
So make sure to get your like mother, like daughter card game. As you can see, I got card games on card games on card games. Get your card games before I sell out. I only have maybe 1,000 card games left. Mother's Day is coming up and I will most likely sell out. if your mother is still alive, if you have a good relationship with your mother, or if you have a bad relationship with your mother, buy my Like Mother Like Daughter card game. The link is under this video. The link is in the chat. The link is pinned in the chat. Did I pin the chat? Oh, I'm pinning in the chat now. I just remembered. So Mother's Day is coming up, y'all. Buy this card game, whether you're a man or a woman, and give it to your mother. She will appreciate you. I promise you. My own daughters played this card game with their mother, and they absolutely loved it. So let's get into this news about ESPN.
My colleague at ESPN and my friend, the Hall of Fame tight end, was sued on Sunday by a woman proceeding under the name Jane Doe pseudonym. The 13-page civil complaint filed in Nevada alleges that Sharpe committed assault, sexual assault, battery, and sexual battery. The plaintiff alleges Sharpe sexually assaulted her several times at the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025.
Hold on. More breaking news.
I don't know if you're on this kind of time, but I was in a group chat the other day, or actually just yesterday, and Shaq said he's paying top dollar for any information on old boy. So, again, I don't know if you're on that kind of time or not, but Shaq is known to throw large sums of money around, so just want to put that out there. I ain't quiet. Hey, he said, please keep it quiet. He said that Shannon did some shit back to him a while back, and he's been off him. So that's why he's doing this. But please keep his name quiet.
To that. Have you guys talked? We haven't. Shaq feels the way he feels, and he's perfectly fine to feel that way. I said what I said. I still think Shaq is a phenomenal basketball player, even though, he minimized my career. I'm fine. The thing is,
Whoa. You ain't gonna give me no goddamn copyright strike. So, more breaking news. Matt Barnes is fishing around for gay rumors.
I don't know if you're on this kind of time, but I was in a group chat the other day, or actually just yesterday, and Shaq said he's paying top dollar for any information on old boy.
So Shaq allegedly hates Shannon Sharpe. And because he allegedly hates Shannon Sharpe, he is looking for dirt on Shannon Sharpe. Is Shannon Sharpe going through all of this because of Shaq? I'm just sharing what was just sent to me. So Shaq might be behind this. I don't know. But apparently Shaq and Shannon don't like each other. And Shannon is looking for dirt on Shannon Sharpe. And there's a lot of dirt on Shannon Sharpe. So I don't know, y'all. But let's get into this information about ESPN.
The suit also alleges that Shannon engaged in the intentional infliction of emotional distress. It should be noted that the suit was filed by attorney Tony Busby. This is the same attorney that filed a suit against Jay-Z and P. Diddy, alleging they both sexually assaulted a minor, which has since been withdrawn. Jay-Z also has countersued Busby. By the way, the plaintiff in the Sharpe civil suit is not the woman heard in the accidental Instagram live stream incident that made headlines last September of last year. In response, Jane Doe's attorney, Tony Busby, sent TMZ Sports a 1-minute and 36-second clip of an alleged conversation between his client and Shannon. In response to that clip, Shannon Sharpe went back to social media and issued this response.
And from the heart, this is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly, on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys.
It's a sad situation. Shannon Sharpe is somebody I work with a couple of days a week. Shannon Sharpe is somebody that I brought to ESPN. Works on First Take, which airs on ESPN every weekday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. He's been with me every Monday and Tuesday. We've been number one for 13 years and counting. But since Shannon has arrived, obviously he's helped the show immensely. And I can't thank him enough for it. We've grown close as friends. I'd like to believe that. I certainly root for him. I know he's been through a lot in life. He's overcome a lot of things. And when he departed from Fox,
Yeah. Like he's
at least
I'm not
24 of the 27 women, and he emphatically proclaims his innocence. According to Mr. Busby, his client, in fact, news about to sign just a couple of days before this report came out. In my perfect world, he moves on. And somehow, some way, we find this all to be false.
So he says that yesterday, right? And this is what comes out today. Shannon Sharpe may already be banned from ESPN as per Insider. I did not say this. This is what is being said by these reports. As you can see, it says April 24th, 2025. So this is today. Shannon Sharpe may already be banned from ESPN per Insider. Shannon Sharpe unlikely to return to ESPN following misconduct claims and mounting scrutiny. All right, so here we go. Shannon Sharpe may never return to ESPN following a string of misconduct allegations and legal battles. According to an insider who claims the former NFL star is possibly already banned from the network. Banned is crazy. Shannon Sharpe's future in sports broadcasting is under serious threat as multiple allegations of misconduct and a $50 million lawsuit bring his career into question. And I just want y'all to think about this. All of this over some pussy. I just want y'all to think about that. All of this just over some pussy, y'all. All this over some pussy. Sharpe, 56, is reportedly no longer welcome at ESPN. At ESPN, according to unnamed network sources, and may already be banned following a lawsuit filed by Clark County, Nevada, on Easter Sunday. The former NFL tight end has already denied all allegations, claiming the lawsuit is a shakedown. Got more. Sharpe's past includes a 2010 domestic violence allegation, which led to a temporary restraining order, though no criminal charges were filed. The fallout from the latest claims has significantly damaged Sharpe's standing in the media industry, with some insider suggesting his exit from ESPN is imminent, if not already in effect. Sharpe joined ESPN's First Take in 2023 after leaving FS1's Undisputed, where he was known as the animated debates, or for his animated debates with Skip Bayless. So for anybody who said that all of this is lies, for anybody who said, oh, they was just joking, for anybody who says, oh, Miss Lego, you trying to bring a black man down. Black man is down. I didn't have to bring him down. His ass is already down. He was all between them butt cheeks, that white girl's butt cheeks. He was down then. And this is, what up, Mike? And this is a bigger conversation. This conversation isn't just about Shannon Sharpe and how much of an idiot he is. This is about black men as a whole and how we literally are already at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to men in America, money, when it comes to influence. The only thing we look like we're good at is sports, which is a lie. But every time we actually show that we're better at other races, at other things other than sports, we turn around and do stupid shit like this. And what it literally makes us look like is all we got to do is stick some pussy in a black man's face and he's going to act a goddamn fool. He's going to lose it all for some pussy. Let a white girl, black girl bend over and shake her ass in front of him. He's going to lose his whole livelihood, all for some pussy. See, white men, Indian men, Asian men, they get out this game and they go get married. But us, including me, including myself, we want more pussy. Pussy, pussy, pussy. We just want it all. And next thing you know, we get out here. We get our footing up under us. We start having notoriety. We start having influence. And then guess what? Always trips us up. Pussy. Because in all honesty, that's all any of us want. Whether you're married, you want pussy. Whether you're single, you want pussy. All we want is some pussy. And guess what? In a lot of cases, even when we married, that pussy turns around and ruins our financial life. Whether it's an ex-wife, baby mama, or some random chick that we started smashing. I'm not making excuses for Shannon Sharpe, because all of us are actually in danger. I'm not victimizing us, but I am saying this. As a black man, women want us. All races want us. They fetishize us. And because of that, we can't smash every chick that gets in our face. And I was telling a friend of mine that he was like, yo, because we was out, and he was like, yo, fine little chick, right? All in my face. He was like, you ain't gonna smash that? I was like, I'll be back. I'll come back. We'll see what happens. He was like, what? I said, bro, I'm not going to show this woman that I'm just running up her ass and I'm all thirsty and I'm all in her face. No. She needs to know that this is a consensual, conversation. Forget about sex. This conversation, how you like me and how I like you, is equal. I need her to see that she likes me just like I like her. Because a lot of you black men are so goddamn thirsty. Remember earlier I said Shannon Sharpe ran up this girl's ass. He seen her in the gym and he had to have her. And he made up some stupid, goofy ass excuse to talk to the damn girl. Talking about it was some, some competition. And if you win the competition, I'll buy you some titties. What kind of dumb shit is that? And she was an OF model. So one, we need to stop being thirsty. Stop acting like we ain't never seen no titties or no fine woman before. And stop being getting all in her face. Ooh, I gotta have you. Ooh, I pay your rent. No, I ain't buying you shit. Stop running up to these women all thirsty. See if she likes you also. Because you can't tell her she likes you if you all in her face like, let me get your phone number. I don't do that type of shit. Because what I like to do is I like to sit back. And, if I see a random woman, I got to go up to her then because I ain't going to see her again. But a lot of these cases, you see a chick in the gym, you see a chick here, you see a chick there. You ain't got to just be running up on her like you ain't never seen no goddamn woman. Sit back for a minute. Observe her. Observe her. Especially if the goddamn girl is a goddamn teenager. Ain't no way in the hell I would goddamn Shannon Sharpe old ass is running up all thirsty to a teenager. And I just want to say for the record, I personally think Shannon Sharpe has a mental illness. I think Shannon Sharpe may be the R-E-T word. I think he may be a little mentally R-E-T. And y'all may say I'm reaching. Let me show y'all an example of why I think Shannon Sharpe may be mentally R-E-T. Listen to this shit.
So, Sky Bree, who that is, Coach? Yeah, that. How I do it. How I do it. Hey, Sky, who is that? Who is that? Help me out. You know what I'm saying? She, she little something. She might be famous for vertical activity that she good at. She a hooper? Oh, yeah.
Y'all hear that? This is a 56-year-old man. Somebody said they want to see the video. All right, give me a second. I'll send it to my computer. But did y'all hear that? That's a 56-year-old man talking. Do you hear how thirsty this nigga is? Yes, that's Unc. Yes. Do you hear how thirsty this man? Excuse me. Play it again, please. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna send it to my phone. Send it to the computer so y'all can actually see it. Because I want y'all to see how thirsty this grown-ass man is. And I need you niggas to stop being so goddamn thirsty. Act like you've seen an attractive woman before. This shit is stupid. And you wonder why we ain't got no goddamn money. Every time we get some money, we turn around and blow it on some lawsuits or some dumb shit. All right, here it is right here. Why is this grown ass man this goddamn thirsty, y'all?
Sky Bree, who that is, coach?
Yeah. How I do it.
Hold on. Here it goes. Listen to this weirdo. This is your king? Shannon Sharpe is an idiot. This is how he responds to young women. Hold on, let's see how old Sky Bree is. How old is Sky Bree, the basketball player? "21 years old. Sky Bree is 21 goddamn years old. Now, some of y'all may say she's legal. Yeah. But why are you so crazy over a 21-year-old is the question. Listen to this stupid shit.
So,
Sky Bree, who that is, coach?
Yeah. How I do it. How I do
Hey, Sky,
it.
who is that? Who is that? Help me out.
You know what I'm saying? She little something. She might be famous for vertical activity that she good at.
Oh, she a hooper?
Oh yeah.
Who she play for? Who she play for?
She got her own little thing,
Huh?
Man, y'all. Man, y'all need to stop, man. Y'all need to stop.
Do y'all see why black men are literally in the toilet in America? If I see a 21-year-old, I'm going to be like, damn, she fine. She got a fat ass. She this, she pretty, she this, she that. Yeah. But there's nowhere in hell I'm going to be like, you know what I'm saying? I got to get yeah. I'm a grown-ass man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shit. I'm about to take it out, you know what I'm saying? These niggas act like they ain't never seen a fucking woman before, bro. This is why this nigga is getting sued for $50 million.
So,
Sky Bree, who that is, coach?
Yeah. How I do it. How I do
Hey, Sky,
it.
who is that? Who is that? Help me out.
You know what I'm saying? She little something. She might be famous for vertical activity that she good at.
Oh, she a hooper?
Oh yeah.
Who she play for? Who she play for?
She got her own little thing,
Huh?
Man, y'all. Man, y'all need to stop, man. Y'all need to stop. Y'all be on that bull jive, man.
Hold on, who she play for? Who she play for?
Back in the day, she could have been on my team.
She played for on her back. But I've seen you come in here.
So Dion says, what if he's drunk? Why the hell are you on TV drunk? Fuck is you talking about why is he drunk? Why is he on goddamn TV drunk then? This is what I'm saying. See, black men, especially little red pill dudes, they sit around and whine all day long about why black women don't respect black men. Don't they do that? All day long. They sit around whining about how black men aren't respected, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you hear these little red pill dudes whine about how black men are not respected. Put a 1 in the chat if you heard these little red pill dudes whine and complain ad nauseum about how black women don't respect black men. Put a 1 in the chat if you heard these dudes complain about how black women don't respect black men. Where the ones at? This is the fuck why black women or the rest of the goddamn country don't respect black men.
So, Sky Bree, who that is, Coach?
Yeah. How I do it.
And she goddamn 21. It ain't like she 35.
Hey, Sky, I mean, who is that? Who is that? Help me out.
You know what I'm saying? She little something. She might be famous for vertical activity that she good at.
Oh, she a hooper?
Oh yeah.
Who she play for? Who she play for?
She got her own little thing,
Huh?
And all niggas want to do is say, oh, black women don't respect us. Why should they? Grown 50-year-old, $50 million worth grown ass men sounding like little fucking boys and shit. You don't deserve respect. Some of you niggas are an embarrassment to black people. This nigga on goddamn TV, ESPN, First Take. Shannon Sharpe, take your stupid old ass and get the fuck off of TV because you're embarrassing us. Do y'all remember what the late great Pimp C said? I want to see if y'all know this. What did the late great Pimp C say about niggas like Shannon Sharpe? Does anybody know? I'm gonna give y'all a second. Anybody? What did the late great Pimp C say about niggas like Shannon Sharpe? Huh? Pimp C, rest in peace, said, take that monkey shit off, you embarrassing us. You embarrassing us, Shannon Sharpe. Get your monkey looking ass out of this goddamn entertainment sphere and go take your stupid ass on some goddamn where.
So, Sky Bree, who that is?
Take that monkey shit off. You embarrassing us. You fucking cornball.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? She little something. She might be famous for vertical activity that she good at.
So I'm just saying, y'all, we need to get these cornballs and these weirdos out of here. It's not about older men dating younger women. I date younger women, not no 19-year-old, but we all like younger women. Sorry, older ladies, we like younger women. We got some money. We got something going on for ourselves. We'll date a woman in her 40s if she's cool, but most of the time, we're going to date a woman in her early 30s or late 20s because she's finer, she's smaller, she's more fun. So that ain't the problem. But 19, nigga, a goddamn teenager, sir. Shannon Sharpe, you are a disgusting piece of shit. A fucking teenager. And then you running up on a teenager and you coercing a teenager, trying to trick her into some type of fucking contest. That's how he met the goddamn girl. So I buy you some titties if you win this contest. No, just walk your old ass up to her and try to talk to her. Why you got to try to coerce her with some extra shit? So one, she's a goddamn teenager. Two, you trying to coerce her instead of just trying to talk to her. Because you know a 19-year-old don't know who the fuck you are. So you can't say, I'm Shannon Sharpe. She going to be like, who the hell is Shannon? What is a Shannon Sharpe? She don't look at no goddamn football. And I date older women too. I'm just not going to take myself out of that box of men. See, I'm not going to be like Shannon Sharpe, like he did Deshaun Watson, and just shit on him for something that his ass be doing. See, I'm not going to shit on Shannon Sharpe for doing something that I've done myself. Not no 19-year-old, no. But younger women, yes. See, Shannon Sharpe, stupid ass, turned around and told, damn, what is the comedian's name? There was a comedian. Hold on. Damn, what is the comedian's name? Shannon Sharpe shitted on a comedian. What's Ashley Larry's name? What is Ashley Larry's name? Donnell Rawlings. That's right. Donnell Rawlings allegedly dated a 23-year-old woman, got her pregnant, and now she's his baby mama, right? I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm not even against that because she's a grown woman and she did what she wanted to do. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is Shannon Sharpe shitted on Donnell Rawlings for getting a 23-year-old pregnant. And then later on, the 23-year-old sees what he did with his 19-year-old. She comes out and is like, yo, didn't you just shit on me and my baby daddy for us having this age gap relationship when I was 23? And you out here messing with 19-year-olds, nigga? How dare you say something about him when you doing worse than him? I didn't sue him for no $50 million. He did not R-word me. We had a relationship. We had a good relationship to this day. He's a great baby daddy. But your ass, you R-wording people. You mess with teenagers. There's a big difference between a 23-year-old and a goddamn 19-year-old. So this nigga's a hypocrite. He gonna talk all this shit about Donnell Rawlings and then do something worse than Donnell Rawlings, a goddamn teenager. Donnell Rawlings ain't in the paper or in the news for R-wording nobody, misconduct. He had a consensual relationship with a woman that just happened to be 23 years old. Marquise Houston, 38, with an 18-year-old. See, it's the teenager stuff that's disgusting, bro. the teenager stuff. Why the fuck do you want a teenager? That's disgusting, bro. A teenager? So let's see what else we got. Hold on. Quick commercial break. We'll be right back. With a solution that will help every woman watching, regardless of age, regardless of background. See, in my 7 years of coaching women, the number one thing that I hear in my coaching sessions is her issue or tumultuous relationship with her mother. So what I've done is come out with a card game that will actually help mothers and daughters come back together. We have to get to the source of a woman's pain, her inadequacies, her insecurities, and heal that little girl inside of her before she goes out in the world as a woman. I call Like Mother, Like Daughter, therapy in a box. Therapy in a box is 50 questions for the daughter to ask the mother, questions that you always wanted to ask. And it's also 50 questions for the mother to ask the daughter. But when you're able to ask the questions that you always wanted to ask to your mother without her getting upset, without her pulling rank on you, the lines of communication are now open. When women are finally able to forgive their mother, relationships outside of the household would then blossom. Because for most women, there's a hurt little girl inside of her that never had an opportunity to be seen or heard. But all that stops when you buy my new Like Mother, Like Daughter card game. Order it now. The link is under this video. Click the link and let's start healing. Mother's Day is coming up, y'all. Mother's Day is coming up. Click the link under this video. Click the link in my bio. Click the link in the chat. Buy your mother-daughter card game. Mother's Day is coming up. It is the 24th. I think Mother's Day is like on the 14th or something like that. So you got less than 30 days to get yourself a Mother's Day present. Whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, buy this card game for your girlfriend's mom, for your mom, for whoever's mom that you know about. Everybody has some type of issues with their mom. This is a great conversation starter, especially for any woman that may have, you know, a non-perfect relationship with her mother. There's two. Let me tell you the significance of this card game. There's two decks. There's a mother deck and there's a daughter deck. All you have to do is go to your mom and say, Mom, there's a mother-daughter card game. You want to play? And what if she says no? It's cool. Just be like, you know what? It's okay. Here's your deck and I'll keep my deck. And after reading your deck, if you want to see what's in my deck, let me know and we'll play the game. Because a lot of women be like, yo, I don't know how my mom is going to respond or react to playing this game. It's cool. Just hand her the mother deck and keep the daughter deck. And her pure curiosity is going to have her wanting to play the game. So wait, I got some breaking news. October 3074 says read the DM. Hold on a second. I might have some breaking news. Yes, October 3074. That is exactly what I talked about in yesterday's live stream. This is how white people use to view black men who fetishize white women. Yes, I don't want to show that on YouTube because I don't want to stigmatize black men. But what October 3074 just sent me in my DM is exactly what I said, that I personally think Shannon Sharpe is doing with the white girl. The reason why he picked a 19-year-old white girl is because he's a big black monkey looking dude. And I think he feels like fetishized being this big ape looking dude like King Kong, like David Banner and the Incredible Hulk. And he feels empowered to be this and pick up the girl and jump around with her. I think that's what's in the sex tapes, in my opinion. And I may be wrong, but I think he's butt naked, picking her up, slinging her around or whatever, some stupid shit like that, and acting like a monkey with the little white girl trying to be gorilla or King Kong with the little white woman in the King Kong movies. I may be wrong, but that is what I think is on the sex tapes. And that is the reason why I think he's messing with an OnlyFans model, because he wants to be a big black monkey with a little white girl. That is only my assumption. I don't know. And he did say the stereotypes. He did say that stereotypes are on the tape. Facts. That is a fact. He did say that. Hold on. Where's the video? He said that right here. It is right here. I think he said it right here.
To you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z.
Yeah, she's a sex worker. Yes.
Tony.
See, it's one thing about randomly meeting a woman just at a Walmart or whatever, and she like 25 and you older and y'all just click and y'all like each other. That's one thing. But this nigga
Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that
are you dumb?
Nah, I don't know where this look. Let me be quiet. Diamond said, do we get a discount if we buy 3 or more? Want to get some for a Mother's Day baskets to put in. Diamond Star, let's do this. Go ahead to the link right now. Buy 3 card games and I will cash app you back $10, because that would pay for your shipping. Is that a good deal, Diamond Star? So Diamond Star right now, buy the 3 mother-daughter card games right now. The link is in the chat. I just dropped it. Buy the 3 card games. Buy 3 mother-daughter card games. And I will get your email when you order them. And I will I will still need your Cash App though. So DM me order the 3 card games now, Diamond Star. And then DM me on Instagram. My Instagram is right here. DM me and say, hey, I'm the one that just bought the 3 card games. I'm Diamond Star. And tell me your Cash App, and I will Cash App you $10, and that will pay for your shipping. Yes. So yeah, Diamond Star, if you want to buy multiple card games, I got you. Just send me a DM. Buy the card games now, and then send me a DM on Instagram. My Instagram is IM_Mr. and say, hey, I'm Diamond Star. I'll look for your and we can. So Diamond Star, if you make baskets, we can actually do business together. Diamond Star, are you in the chat? Shout out to Just Being Honest. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Diamond Star, where are you? Say something in the chat, Diamond Star. I want to make sure you're still here. Please continue your show. Okay. All right. She says okay. All right. So cool. So because if you make Mother's Day baskets, we can definitely work out. I can give you a bigger discount if you buy in bulk. I still got, you know what I'm saying? So yes, do that. Do that. Send me a DM right now, Diamond Star, so I can find it and we can do business together. So if you actually make baskets and you want to make Mother's Day baskets and you want to include my Mother's Day card game in the baskets, I will give you a substantial discount if you buy in bulk. because what I can do is just give you your own discount code. Okay, send me a DM, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a discount code, Diamond Star, and then you put in the discount code, and then you can buy 10, 20 card games, and you can include the card games in your basket, and then you can actually do it like that and make a profit. So yeah, we can actually do business together. Send me your DM. Let's see. I'm looking for it now, y'all. I'm looking for it now, Diamond. That thumbnail you did is legit. It's funny. Thank you. But I'm finna go, y'all. But Diamond Star, don't forget to DM me, because we can do some business together. Because that you make a great idea. Mother-daughter card game baskets, I'm in on that. That is dope. Continue the show. You know what? I ain't even gonna say nothing. But how about this? I'm not gonna continue the show. What is the IG again? Is right here. It's right here. It is IG. I am _ Mr. Let Go. IAM _ MRLETGO. My sweet Nana, I ordered your cars, Aaron. I have learned so much, and this is not the way to treat a woman. It is a stereotype of black woman that scares white women. Oh, you talking about him acting like a monkey? I totally agree. All that. So, sweet Nana is talking about Shannon Sharpe acting like a monkey. I don't know if he actually did that, y'all. I'm just saying it sounds like it looks like he did that. So yeah. All right, hold on. Let me put it in here. It is, I'm putting it in the chat. IAM. All right, I put it in the chat so you can see it.
Sky Bree, who that is, Coach?
Yeah. How I do it.
Hey, Sky. I mean, who is that? Help me out.
You know what I'm saying? She little something. She might be famous for vertical activity that she good at.
She a hooper?
Oh yeah.
Who she play for? Who she play for?
She got her own little thing,
Huh?
Man, y'all. Man, y'all need to stop, man. Y'all be on that bull jive, man.
Hold on. Who she play?
All right, y'all. So I'm finna go. Diamond Star. You good? You got my IG? You ain't, I'm waiting on the DM now. All right, so I'm out, y'all. Talk to y'all later. But Diamond Star, hit me up so we can do some business together. Is IM _ Mr. Let Go. It is right here. I just put it right here. So talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day. And if more news come out about shitty Shannon Sharpe, I will be back on live.
Mr. Let Go's card game, Deeper Discussions, and I brought it out during a holiday party that I was having at my house. And within 1 hour of playing this game, I had 2 grown men in my living room crying. And they were being very open, honest, transparent. It was almost like it offered them a therapy session. And they could say things and express things that they hadn't been able to before. And I thought that was awesome. To this day, I am friends with one of the guy's girlfriends, and she attributes the improvement in their relationship to us having that moment. And the moment was caused by the card game. But really, what the card game does is create the context for these real, authentic conversations to happen. Like, the name of the card game really is what happens, Deeper Discussions. So now, if I'm dating someone, if we're on the phone, I tell them, hey, I'm gonna pull out these cards, answer these questions, yada yada, we get to it. And it does unlock more things that, you know, one wouldn't normally uncover in day-to-day conversation. You then get to uncover things that you need to know about that person. So, I mean, shoot, it's a small price to pay for just the insights into another person. You can either spend the money on the card game or spend years, months, time, energy, effort into getting to know someone and really not ever get that depth. You and a guy talking day to day, he's not going to tell you all the stuff. He's not going to get down to the root of things. He's not going to really open up. But deeper discussions, card game. I've seen it work. It's effective. It works.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna play y'all favorite song right here. I ain't played this in a minute.
Mama, sit down, let's play this game. In these cards we heal our pain. Face to face we both explain. Maybe find our bond again. Years of anger lose their sting. We both said some hurtful things. Let these questions heal broken strings. Let this game and fractured wings. Like mother, like daughter, we are the same. You'll see when we play this game. My inner child just wants to be seen. I forgive you, do you forgive me? The hurt, the neglect and disrespect, wounds can be healed in these two decks. Even though our past attempts have stalled, Mama, please just don't withdraw. Like mother, like daughter, we are the same. You'll see when we play this game. My inner child just wants to be seen. I forgive you, do you forgive me? The hurt, the neglect and disrespect, wounds can be healed in these two decks. Even though our past attempts have stalled, Mama, please just don't withdraw. Like mother, like daughter, we are the same. You'll see when we play this game. My inner child just wants to be seen. I forgive you, do you forgive me?
Shout out to Sandra Moore. I like your card game idea, Mr. Let Go. I have listened to you on and off, and on I was happy with your stuff. I will continue to follow to see if you're on track with some uplifting podcasts community. I heard your card game is uplifting. Thank you so much, Sandra. I appreciate that. All right, y'all. Talk to y'all later.